Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to talk about three things that in my opinion, if you have a fluval flex tank, you gotta have these three things. You just gotta have these three things for the fluval flex tank. These three things really help improve the aquarium, trust me. Now, let's go ahead and get into this video, shall we? So, the fluval flex tank, you know what, it's really funny because when I first started getting into the aquarium hobby, I thought that there was no way I would ever want to have a quote-unquote designer aquarium, but I'm going to be honest with you. The fluval flex is a designer tank, and simply put, you can make any aquarium look absolutely fantastic with a little bit of, well, you gotta be kind of an artist to be an aquascaper, but it's actually a lot of fun, and anyone can make a fantastic, amazing, and interesting aquascape in a regular, normal tank. But I really have come to absolutely love the fluval flex design. Simply put, it's easy to clean somewhat. It's really an amazing looking tank. I love the design. You know, I love the layout of the filtration. I love really that vertical bow front, because what that vertical bow front really does well, it's amazing to look at, is it really magnifies the fish, it magnifies the contents of the aquarium, but you don't get that normal, distortion with a normal bow front tank at the sides. You do get that at the very bottom and the very top, but what's at the very bottom of your aquarium? Sand. What's at the very top of your tank? The water line. Who cares? A little distortion there, not a big deal. But I love the fact that it really does tend to magnify the fish. And that's something that I really do enjoy about the fluval flex tank. But with that said, I'm not saying these tanks are absolutely perfect. And let me tell you, they're actually somewhat kind of tricky to clean. And that's where, in my opinion, these three things, if you have a fluval flex tank, you should have these things no matter what. But in a fluval flex tank, if you're thinking about getting a fluval flex tank, or you have a fluval flex tank, let me tell you, go and get these three things. Just go get them. I'll leave links to where you guys can buy them in the description below. Trust me, you're gonna need them. The first thing that I would definitely say you definitely need, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, a toothbrush. Wait, what? Why? Yes, a toothbrush. Just get a cheap toothbrush. And I'll tell you why. Because in my fluval flex 9-gallon aquarium, I constantly sometimes have to go in and clean the intake of the filter, and trust me, it's a lot easier using the little toothbrush to do that. Sometimes it's also easier to get like the algae or the moss from plants using the toothbrush, but more importantly, it's really easy to use a toothbrush to get that algae off the front panel of the glass. And that's something that all bow fronts have a problem with, is just that they're just hard to get algae off of the glass because of that, again, that big bow that it has. And the 9-gallon does have that as well. The fluval flex does have that as well. And I really find a toothbrush really makes it easy to clean not only the front of that glass, but get into the corners of the tank as well, especially back in the filter. It's really easy to clean using a toothbrush and then siphoning it out. in my opinion, that is the way to really clean a fluval flex tank. Number one thing you want to get is probably a toothbrush. Another thing that you probably will want to get, again, algae scraper. Algae scraper. I bought this algae scraper, and I can't even remember the name of it right now, but I bought this algae scraper from Bulk Reef Supply, and let me tell you, it is without a doubt the best algae scraper I've ever had, and it goes nicely across the front panel as well. You do kind of have to bend your arm to do it, but it does work. With that said, again, the toothbrush is what you really should use on the front panel of this tank, and only use the scrapers on the sides. That's what I typically use it for. Now, I do use the scraper on most of the bow front of the tank, but then when it gets to the corners is when I really like using the toothbrush. So, yeah, those two things you really are going to want for the fluval flex. Trust me. The third thing that you really want for your fluval flex tank is without a doubt, one of these kickstands that you can actually buy on Etsy. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. This guy makes 3D printed kickstands for the fluval flex tank, and I'm telling you what, best thing I've ever bought for these tanks. Now, what I typically do is 2 of them actually come in one pack. I bought one, 2 came in it, and instead of using it, because you really should actually use both of them on both sides of the tank, but I usually just use one. I put it right in the middle of the tank, and it's at the perfect angle where you can do your work. The light's not shining directly in your face that bad, and it's just holding up that top of the tank. It's just holding it up just enough for you to get your hands in the tank, and that's really nice, because before I would always have to remove the top of the tank, and it can kind of be annoying to remove the top of the tank every single time you want to get in there, every single time you want to clean the aquarium. So once I got these kickstands, I've never gone back. And indeed, this guy makes more than just kickstands. He also makes like filter outtakes for the fluval flex. Like normally the fluval flex comes with these 2 dual outlets, but he actually makes like a spray bar outlet for this fluval flex. So definitely I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Go and check out that stuff. I'm not being paid for, sponsored by, supported by any of these companies or any of these people or anything like that. But simply put, I've had a fluval flex aquarium. I've had 3 fluval flex aquariums for quite a while. My first one I've had like for 2 years now. And my latest one, the saltwater tank, I've had for almost a year, about 8 months. So yeah, I absolutely can say without a doubt that these 3 things have really helped me. And if you have a fluval flex tank, in my opinion, you should definitely go and get these 3 things. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments below, what other things do you think, if you had a fluval flex tank, would you 100% absolutely need? Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Bye.